This is the network diagram of our CCNA lab that our practical videos will use for the topics we covered in the presentation videos. You will see the network consisting of 3 routers. 2 of the routers, R2 and R3, connect directly into R1. The information presented here includes the host names of the routers, followed by the IP details and the interfaces that are used. You will also see the console sessions directly below each of these routers in the picture that we will use to configure each of these routers. For example, you will see R1, and R1 has 3 interfaces. So we see the interface IDs of serial 0/0, which is a WAN connection connecting to R2. And you also see serial 0/1, another serial WAN connection going into R3. And it has a LAN connection, an Ethernet connection going to a switch off of BAS Ethernet 0/0. And the console session for router 1 is right below it. So you can kind of keep tabs on what we're doing and what we're doing it on. You'll also see that we're following an IP address schema in a way. So router 1 is using a ID of 1. This has an ID of 2, and this has an ID of 3. Just something that we made up. Now that is part of the IP address that is configured. So for example, all of the LAN interfaces here, they will be 192.168. But the third octet reflects the ID of that router. So of course R2 will be using the 2 network, this will be using the 1 network, this will be using the 3 network. And very similar for the WAN connections between them. So the WAN connections are using the 10 network that you notice, different from the 192.168 network. So all these numbers in here from the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th octet, they all mean something. So let's focus on this connection here. So the 1 and the 3 means that this is a WAN connection between R1 and the 3 is for R3. That's what that 1 and the 3 means. The last octet specifies, well, which router is this IP for? Well, the 1 means it is for R1. So if I look at this IP address, let's say I see this in a log or somewhere on a telnet session, just something, and I'm not sure which router this IP is for. Well, I do know what this router is for. So I know that this is for a WAN connection because this is the 10 network. I know it is connected or is part of the connection between R1 and R3 because of the 2nd and the 3rd octet. And I know that the last octet means that this is for R3 connected between this connection. So I know that 10.1.3.3 is used only on R3 for this WAN connection on serial 0/0. So that is the IP addressing structure that we'll be using and what I've been doing for a very long time and what you could do as well. But this is the lab of what we'll be doing for the practical video labs in this series. Now the console will change. We'll be doing something different here to make it more cleaner, but the overall look is the same. We have our diagram where you see the interfaces, the IPs, the host name. And right below them you see their console sessions they will use to configure various things based on the topics in this video series.